Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. This is Victorious Gaming. Today we are gonna try out the Immortal Hulk against Galactus. And as you can see right over here, we got 3 teams that are using the Immortal Hulk, but with different build here. And I actually invited 2 of my alliance members for this Galactus fight, and they are using the Immortal Hulk but rocking with different CTPs. Right over here we have Arnold. He is having a CTP of Regeneration on his tier 3 Immortal Hulk. And then we got Mercury here, and he's rocking with a CTP of Refinement on his tier 2 Immortal Hulk, while mine is having a normal damage proc Obelisk, 180% damage proc with max HP. I think it's very interesting to see different build of the Immortal Hulk from different accounts, not just my build, not just my characters, because through this kind of gameplay content, it gives you a roughly idea of how the Immortal Hulk actually does, especially against Galactus with just PvP build, like having a CTP of Refinement or having a CTP of Regeneration. And then you also got to know that how much damage it actually does against Galactus with just a normal damage proc Obelisk with max HP. Alright, so I missed a proc here. I missed a proc on his 4th skill. That's very bad. Cancel 3, cancel 5, then try to get full proc on his 4th skill. Guys, I'm so sorry for the bad showcase here. I've been missing a lot of damage proc here on my 4th skill since the beginning of the battle. That's my bad. But anyway, I think this is very interesting here by using all the Immortal Hulk against Galactus. And then, you know, as we all know that Hulk damage is mainly based on the percentage of his HP rather than based on the percentage of his physical attack. And then the custom gears we are using here, each of the CTP or Obelisk do have a certain percentage of max HP stats. So I think it's very interesting here, and then I think it would be even interesting if this could be the new trend of the game, where we need to depend more on PvP CTPs like a CTP of Refinement or a Regen, rather than using a CTP of Rage in PvE game mode. If we are going to get more characters which their damage is mainly based on the HP, like the Immortal Hulk or Victorious, that would be nice actually, so that we can use more PvP CTPs in PvE game mode. That's because those PvE CTP like Rage or maybe a CTP of Judgment is obviously harder to obtain than those PvP CTP like a Regen or maybe a CTP of Refinement. So yeah, can you imagine how fun it would be if in the future we can use those Regen or Refinement to clear those PvE game mode? That would be nice actually. I guess a lot of free-to-play players would very much like to see that. And then right over here, I'm actually putting Drax and Taskmaster in a team with the Immortal Hulk. And then I believe some of you must be wondering, why the hell am I using Drax as a leader? Is there any special or powerful leadership? The answer is yes and no. Drax leadership is not really useful in most of the cases, but except for the Immortal Hulk, since his damage is mainly based on the percentage of his HP rather than physical attack. So theoretically, the more HP he has, the more powerful he is. And yeah, Drax actually offers 45% increase of HP when there are 3 agents of combat type ally enters, and that's why I put in Taskmaster in the team, because he's a combat type character, so we can get that 45% of max HP from Drax leadership. And then Taskmaster is also very useful as a support as well, which he offers an increased damage dealt to supervillain by 40%, which is essential to the Immortal Hulk here as the main DPS character. But the sad thing is, as you can see, like I actually miss a lot of damage proc here, which is pretty bad. This is definitely my worst showcase ever. As I always say, Hulk is definitely doing a really decent amount of damage in PvE game mode with just a normal damage proc Obelisk with max HP. We are doing like above 50% of the damage. That's not bad actually, we still lead the match. But the bad thing is, somehow you find it very difficult to get the damage proc on either his 4th skill or his tier 3 skill, which are the skills that have the most damage output. Yeah, that is very sad actually. One of the disadvantages of using a normal damage proc Obelisk on the Immortal Hulk. Guys, I am so sorry for the bad showcase here. Somehow my Hulk died by accident. I should have stayed in the circle area there, but I made a mistake. But anyway, we still make it at the end with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. That is not too bad actually. Consider 3 of us doesn't have any decent PvE build like having a Rage, and we are just rocking with the normal build, a normal damage Proc Obelisk, a CTP of Refinement, and a CTP of Regeneration. So that's not too bad actually. Guys, I believe a normal damage Proc Obelisk is still the best for the Immortal Hulk in PvE game mode. Despite the fact that I actually miss a lot of damage proc, somehow my Immortal Hulk is still doing slightly better damage than the other tier 3 Immortal Hulk that is having a CTP of Regeneration. So yeah, somehow you will still need a damage proc if you want to focus the Immortal Hulk in just PvE game mode. But if you want to make him as a two-way player, a CTP of Regeneration is definitely what you should be looking for. However, if you want to use him in PvE game mode and even have the best PvE version of the Immortal Hulk, this is what you need to do. You need to have a damage proc and you need to have at least 1 max HP stat as what I'm having on my Immortal Hulk right now. 2 max HP stat with a damage proc is definitely the best. But I know that it's not that easy to get that double max HP Obelisk, so if you're having a damage proc with just 1 max HP stat is good enough. And then the damage proc, try to get at least 160 or 180 or 200% damage proc. So that's what you should be looking for if you want to focus him in PvE instead of PvP game mode. And then this is how my stat looks like, max crit damage and max cooldown, and then all the gears are at 25 with at least 2 max HP Urus on each of the gear. And then try your best to equip as many Odin's Blessing heal as possible because it has that double max HP on it, which is very nice. And then how about the ISO set? Alright, so I'm having Power Angry Hulk ISO set, and I know that this might not be the best for him since his damage is based on a percentage of his HP, so an ISO set that has a max HP stat would be even better. So you can actually go with this. Okay, so let me check. Alright, so you can actually go with this ISO set, Drastic Density Enhancement, because it has that max HP on it, which is very nice. And then my uniform is at heroic level with some of the max HP as well. So that's how I build up my Immortal Hulk. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do let me know what are the other videos you want to see from me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.